This video is called Why Men Should Not Be Friends with Their Wife. So I have invited my wife.
Hi.
I have invited my wife, Sarah.
I was
We're engaged actually. We're not technically hitched. We still gotta get it done. We both
Look,
have ADHD.
we might
though.
as well be.
Yeah, I mean, Anyway,
We're very domestic.
we're so domestic. We've been together for longer than most people are married. So, what is the average length of a marriage?
Actually, I don't
Average length
You got to
of
before
a
I did.
marriage. 8 years, baby.
Hey, we're coming up on it.
Let's go. All right, easy clap. No problem whatsoever. So, this is called Why Men Should Not Be Friends with Their Wife, and I wanted to invite you here because we're friends. And so I think it'd be interesting to listen to. Sarah and I hang out a lot and we just hang out. Like, we're just friends. We like to talk to each other. So all the time we forget to do the things we were doing, and we just start to like I'll walk to her office or she'll walk.
Literally, that happened to me twice because I like said something to you while I was walking to another room, and I was like, "The fuck did I walk in here for?"
Yep.
Like,
I remember. As you can see, Christian men are not okay. He says we can't be friends with our wives. Let's see why. Does this guy have a wife?
Wait, first of all, is he like a priest or something? Like, what's the chain?
He looks pretty priested out. I don't know. Father Moses, he's called.
Oh, okay.
So maybe.
speaking with a young man the other evening about marriages, and I said the number one principle or kind of foundational philosophy that I build my marriage on is that I am not emotionally dependent upon my wife.
I mean,
Okay, that's
different than
a
being
friend.
friends. Yeah.
Right. I'm not like, I don't need you to regulate my mood, but I do. Like,
I think
we need each other, like in a loving social sense, right? Like, that's.
you're obviously going to improve each other's mood if you have a good relationship, but I don't think that you should have to rely on like one singular person to like
That'd
be
weird.
happy, I guess, you know?
I think that is one of the most healthy, normal places for a man to be, but is almost completely lost in our society today. In fact, when it comes up in conversation sometimes with people,
I don't know if he knows what he's talking about when he says
I
emotional.
don't know why they always it's a weird thing with manosphere guys where they say like society today, even though the majority of society still is like the heteronormative white Christian fucking bullshit. Like, what? Because like
Misogyny
there's like
is
a
still all over the
handful
place.
of like queer people online that date differently. I don't know.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. Either.
people I've said, no, my wife is not my best friend. Now, my wife is my closest person, the person that I love the most, the person that I want to be with the most.
Then how are you not friends?
Yeah, what? I disagree. Like, you're definitely my best
If
friend.
you're spending time together and you're enjoying activities together, you're still friends.
You should. I definitely think your partner should be your best friend. That's what the fucking point is.
Yeah, because you think about it, you have to live with this person all the time, and if they get on your nerves, you're going to resent the fuck out of them.
Yeah, you should be getting along to a point where it's like, damn, we just really need to we like to be around each other. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be around you. I like it.
Yeah.
I want to do stuff with you. I like to include you, but I also I don't know. I mean, I don't. Healthily, I think we don't need to do things together. So that
exactly. It's about the desire to want to spend time together.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you have to be glommed onto each other 24/7. Like, in fact, I think a little bit of space helps you miss each other and creates longing over time, especially when you're together for so long.
And like when you're all the way across the house
every day. But even that, like us being across the house from each other.
Yeah, not seeing each other 100% of our day.
Or it's like, or like, we've been shaking it up lately where we don't always go to the store together.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's kind of nice because I can work on stuff at home and like,
Yeah.
and then it's like, ooh, and then you're like, oh, I brought you little treats because I was thinking about you while you were gone.
Yeah, I'm thoughtful.
It's cute.
My favorite person, but she's not my best friend.
Great.
In fact, I find this definition very strange for people to take because when you look at the dynamics of a friendship, is that I bring my emotional burden to my friend.
What?
And they help me navigate through that burden, through those.
Okay.
Really?
Wait.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, friendship can be like that, but that's not what friendship is. But also, if there's anyone you could be able to go to with burdens in your life, would it not be your fucking partner? Like the
hope so.
person. I feel like you are the safest person in my life to go to with anything if I am struggling with something, you know?
Because I'm rad and nice.
Yeah, or get a therapist, honestly.
Yeah, a therapist is nice too. You do not need to have like, wow, that is not how I approach friendship. I don't know. It's a vibe for me. It's like, hey, like, can we all collectively be ourselves together and like have fun and like, talk and what do you offer to the friend group? What do you offer the friend group? But like not in like a math way, more of like in a
everyone
passive,
brings us a vibe.
Yeah, and it's like, do the vibes mesh? And that's what friends are. And that's when friend groups form. Like it's cool, yeah.
Difficulties in those trials by helping me find a solution, by assuaging my feelings, sometimes by giving me an attaboy, a pat on the back, bolstering up my self-confidence and whatnot. But
Are you trapped in this room? What is the fucking... What's going on in here? This looks like the kill room.
I was going to say, this looks like one of the back rooms of a church.
It's not... There's a bucket on the ground.
There's like a weird bench and a lamp. It looks like a bare back room of probably a church he's living at, because pastors usually live on the grounds,
yeah,
right?
but he says he has a wife. I don't know.
That's right. What denomination is he?
I don't know what
He's
the fuck
not
he's got
Catholic.
going on. Visit my church in Georgetown. It's an Orthodox Austin. We'll find out. Holy Mother of God, Austin, Texas.
Oh boy.
Holy and Great Sunday of Pascha. What the fuck? Or Greek Orthodox, maybe? What is happening? Holy Mother, just Orthodox? Just Orthodox? Russian
Church
Orthodox.
Slavonic?
Oh.
That's why.
Is this guy in the fucking mob?
That's why the outfit was like
Yeah.
super foreign to anything I'm used to. He doesn't
Russian
have, like, the white collar.
Orthodox.
That makes so much more sense with the big chain and everything and the
Yeah.
like rope.
Mm-hmm. This is for garroting his enemies.
it's very much a relationship where I am burdening the other person in a mutual relationship where they're going to burden me with the same.
Wow, I do not frame friendships in amount of burdens we give each other. Wow, holy shit, no.
I'm
Nope.
reclusive and autistic, and I feel like I don't look at friendship in that way.
Well, I don't know if that's...
Like, it takes a lot for me to socialize, and even then, I would never describe friendship as like a burden.
No, it's like... Do you want to hang out with a person? I don't know.
Yeah,
Man.
you want to have fun?
It's a fun quotient. It's like a figuring out the index of fun times we could have.
Well, I mean, it's probably because he's like he's doing the man toxic masculinity thing where it's like,
I guess
I can only have my friends are the bros, and we get a beer and go fishing or whatever the fuck. I don't know, whatever
Fishing.
masculine attributes he thinks are the man.
Shake
things
people
he's
down
gotta
for
do.
protection money
Yeah.
with the boys.
Is he just in the mob now?
Yeah, he's in the mob.
But that's not the nature of marriage, is it? When we look at family dynamics, and I think this is where it all starts to make sense, for a man growing up, he is supposed to develop this type of friendship or even mentorship with his own father.
Ugh, I told you. It's like the man thing.
Bro, you need therapy. What is this shit? Stop trying to get surrogate fucking parents from everybody. What are you trying to say?
It's just like where they're like, I gotta have my man relationships. Woman relationships aren't for deep things. They're only for the sex and babies. And the man relationships are about like
I thought you said it wasn't for deep things.
male bonding.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't I don't typecast my friends. I guess I don't know. I don't have like roles I'm trying to fill. What? Who thinks like that? Patrick Bateman ass. Like I need a role model for myself. Well, do you, man? I've never had a role model in my life. I don't think that's a thing. I think that's a fake thing. Who has that?
I feel like I had some, but
Role
most of the people
models?
I looked up to weren't. It wasn't like, okay, here's the thing. As I'm getting older,
I don't
I look
mimic
back
people like
on my
that.
parents and I'm like, oh, I can admire this thing about them now that I am an adult.
Well,
But as
okay,
a
so
child,
oh,
I don't
sorry.
grow up.
That's
As a child,
but
I'm not growing up
that's not
like, oh, I look up to you.
okay, but I feel like we ascribe role models, not just like, oh, that's the environment we grew up in, which, I mean, like, we could
Yeah.
use exchange for that. But, like, I think when we say, oh, like, you're a role model for kids, like, the idea is that, like, a kid will look at you and say, that is the kind of role in society I would like to fill, and I will model my life after this now. And I do not think that actually I don't think most people ever make that, like, fucking thing. And if
Well, I
you
think
do,
it's like
you might
you
just be pretty autistic and trying to, like, mask or something. Like, because I've never,
I think you
ever.
take bits and pieces from
I think it happens passively,
environment
though.
around
Not
you.
like a fucking.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it's not conscious.
Well, yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Like, it sounds like he's making a conscious decision. It sounds like he's like, this men should be role models, and here is how we do role model activities.
Because
It's
they're
weird to
LARPing
think about.
masculinity, and masculinity has very narrow confines for them.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just like, it's fascinating to peel back. I love to ask these guys questions about this. Like, why do you think that you need your father to be your role model? Like, what if your dad is just like one of the people in your life? What if there's other people in your lives that might have more different impacts, or, you know, just leave yourself open to them, man. I don't know. It's strange.
Supposed to open up all of his fears, his insecurities.
There's a related school of thought in learning theory called social cognitive learning theory. I mean, I think it's, whatever the theories are, it's pretty obvious that every single interaction you ever have informs the way that you socialize. And obviously, your close home environment and early interactions are going to form most of it, because, like, you know, that's just your building blocks. It is what it is. It's your foundation of socialization. And, like, I'm a big believer of, like, you know, getting out of these Christian spaces and socializing with, like, real folks, so that you can have a more normal way of socializing. Because a lot of these Christian guys, a lot of Christian people in general, have, like, you know, a lot of deep-seated insecurity because of the way that the church bakes in, like, sinfulness and inherent, like, filth or whatever towards a person. It's really gross and pernicious.
His dreams, his aspirations, everything to his father. His father is supposed to be the emotional rock of the family upon which he can lay out all of his burden, and his father can bear it for him. And then the father can give direction and insight and affirmation.
I mean, sure, if
So,
your dad has the spoons
men-
for that, I don't know what your dad's got going on.
It's, you know, it's crazy to me that I get called a misandrist all the time.
Dude.
But when I hear men talk about how they need to, like, bear the burdens of everything around them so that they're so fucking cold and depressed that they can't even smile for their kids and, like, show up to the baseball game. I think you're unironically more misandrist when you're like, this is all a man can be.
Yeah.
And he's just a receptacle for all of our problems, and he gathers money for the family.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, I mean, the gender roles hurt everybody, that's for sure. Toxic masculinity, and I mean, this male gender. This is like a very specific Russian Orthodox male gender role, I guess. Or though it seems to bleed into the rest of it, but like no one.
It's no different than any other, like, typical white male socialization.
Well, I guess the way he's talking
It's the
about
same
it was
shit.
weird for me, but I don't think I've never heard of anyone describe their dad as like the guy that everyone dumps their burdens on. Like, usually it's like mom, right?
Well, that's the thing, though. They believe that the dad is taking it all in
Because it's the
but, like,
financial
dad's-
burdens.
Yeah, because he's usually. But the problem is that the dad's usually not even fucking involved in the family. Mom's taking care of all of the social needs, taking care of the kids, cleaning the home, like all the domestic chores, raising the children, and probably spending most of the time with the kids. While dad thinks that because he earns a paycheck that he's, like, you know, involved enough in their lives to be a role model, and then he's stoic around them every now and then.
My dad was very like that, where he was like, you know, doing the paying for stuff is the dad stuff, and then anything else is like, if I got time.
I'm very glad that I had a dad that
you have a dad. I had a father,
himself.
I think.
Yeah, my dad could express himself a little more. Like he was a fun person to be around, and he actually enjoyed spending time with me.
Yeah.
And like, it was more like I work because I have to, not because I want to be away from the family. So that was at least healthy.
Yeah, I don't know. My dad was a ball and chain sort of guy,
Now, likewise, in the family dynamics, a young man has a mother. And what does the mother do? Well, the mother doesn't really help you solve problems.
What?
Moms don't solve problems.
My mom was probably the person I went to the most for solving problems, but...
God, dude. Yeah. What a silly fucking guy.
As much as she kind of gives you the sense that you are loved unconditionally. Mothers love to be needed. They love to love their children. It gives them a sense of purpose and meaning, right?
This is just...
Yeah.
Women are for the child rearing. It's all you do. That is your only skill. And it's like, no, women are actually much more complicated human beings with deeper thoughts than just pop out baby, need baby to need me, keep popping out baby.
And serve men.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. I don't know. Maybe ask your mom what she wanted to do with her life. Let's see what she says. If your mom's full of shit, she'll say, all I ever wanted to do was have you. But if your mom is being real, I think you'll learn that she's probably a complex person. Some of you guys probably have pretty cool moms that have done stuff. You guys got cool moms? Anyone with a cool mom?
Aside from the anger issues, I think my mom was kind of
Your mom, everyone tells stories about your mom all the time.
Yeah.
But if we flip it and we look at family dynamics from a woman's perspective, what is the relationship with the father? The relationship with the father is one where he gives affirmation, assurance, praise, love, encouragement, attention. And the daughter, in return, has this sort of, you could say, love, affection, commitment to her father, where he...
Stop it! Stop it!
I don't like these words either.
No,
the word commitment made it icky for me big time.
My face started cringing the more he talked. I hate this weird pedophilic Christian thing they do where they're like, yeah, so you're demonstrating the sexual dynamic of men and women in the household with your own children.
Yeah, what?
Weird shit, man. Stop that.
It's purity gospel shit. Not in for it.
He's
it's
not
like
just...
he would unironically say the phrase like, those people that are like, oh, a daughter's first crush is her dad
no,
shit.
that gave me a shiver. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't say these things. Oh, crush.
Yeah.
No, stop. Get it off your back. Everyone, shiver out of here.
A father, he's really daddy.
No! No!
Stop it. Stop it. This got so... I thought we were mostly going to be talking about, like, his fucking marriage.
No.
Talking about why.
All right, one more time, though.
Commitment to her father, where he's not just a father, he's really daddy.
Yeah, tell me more about that purity. Let's go.
He is someone so special to her.
Teach me, Daddy!
Doc, thank you.
He's her first love, and obviously this is
Yep,
in
there
a
it is, her
normal,
first
natural,
love.
healthy relationship.
This sounds like he's
man's
look.
hard drive. Does he have a daughter?
Teach me, Daddy!
This sounds like you're trying to
have a kid?
justify some stuff.
Yeah.
Men shouldn't be friends with their wife because your daughter should be like your side piece or something, man. Like what, buddy? Like Thank you, Spider-Kowski. This is red fucking flags for me are going up everywhere.
Right?
Nope.
Likewise, a daughter has a mother, and the mother is who she's supposed to grow
Creepy isn't illegal.
into. And in an ideal relationship, the mother is the confidant, is the one who encourages and nourishes and directs and affirms and models for the daughter who she's going to be.
This is why you get those weird Christian cults where they marry their own fucking daughters over and over again. Because it's like,
dude. You gotta. Oh my fucking god. This is so cringe, man. Your kid is gonna be who they are. You have got to just let your kid be who they are. You can share yourself with them, like in so far as interest. I mean, not in the way this guy apparently might. Like your interests.
yeah, please don't phrasing. Please.
Yeah. You can encourage them to do things or have them, try, sports or different, art. I don't know, but I'm trying to be specific so I don't leave it vague enough to insert this guy's fucking freak stuff. Not those interests, not his interests.
And so for the husband or for the man, he grows up with a certain dynamic with his father and mother, and for the woman, she grows up with a certain dynamic for her father and her mother.
And you're comparing your daughter to your wife, which is, in this context, not great.
But in today's culture, if you're anything
Teach
like
me,
me,
Daddy.
most of us men didn't really have father figures.
I mean, maybe that's the problem here.
Huh. So you think conservative men failed? Me too. Me too. I do think being a conservative man makes you a bad father. That's crazy.
And we certainly didn't have strong ones if we even had a father around. In fact, so many of us have been absolutely devastated by divorce.
Devastated by divorce? How'd
So,
your dad
how do you-
earn that divorce, buddy?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How many people did your dad cheat with before mom finally said, "It's done, I'm getting the divorce"?
Yeah, bro.
By absentee fathers, by fathers who were not emotionally engaged, fathers who didn't participate in our life in any
Those
meaningful or
fathers are a
significant
direct
way.
result of fucking conservative ideology from like the greatest generation.
And certainly not the dynamic of the strong, emotionally stable man.
The strong, emotionally stable man here in my yellow, barren room. By the way, I believe in God so much so that I joined the church. This is what I'm an emotionally
Well,
stable
that's his
person.
daddy issues. He needs a daddy.
Jesus fucking Christ. No one who's a Christian is emotionally stable, okay? Straight up. Like, if you're a fucking real believer, you're out here, you're not emotionally stable. You believe in crazy shit. You can't have a stable emotions. It's just not happening.
In fact, so much of what's presented today in society is being a man is about being emotionally unstable. In fact,
What?
That's what you're promoting, though. What?
So emotional instability is when you calmly talk to your partner as an equal and like hash out problems or whatever.
And you have fun with them?
Yeah, you're friends.
Or you seek solutions to problems together.
Cuddle. What else do we do together that's cute? What's your favorite thing about me? Go.
Wow, you really put me in the
Go.
spot.
Tell everyone how great I am right now. Think of the
How-
top 10 things you love about me.
How
immediately.
comfortable it is to just be around you all the time.
Okay, I agree with you with that, by the way.
when you look at commentators, newscasters, internet personalities, so much of their personality or their presentation is driven by the sense of ire and frustration and anger with the way that the world is.
Yeah, I wonder why that keeps happening.
Like, people have gripes or opinions or whatever.
Or like, maybe, it makes money.
Yeah, I guess that's definitely a thing. There's
A lot
definitely
of the
like a
people
drama
who rage
circle or
bait-
whatever, rage bait. Yeah,
A lot of the people that rage bait are like toxic masculine men.
I think he would consider having an opinion on the internet to be an example of this, though, instead of just like getting along or whatever. But he's doing the thing, right?
How much of political commentary is based on somebody being upset about what somebody else is doing?
Well, that's what
I mean,
politics
yeah, that's
is.
how politics happen. What?
What the fuck? What the fuck would
What
it?
am I supposed to do? Get mad at someone for doing nothing? Well, I guess that also.
I mean, or it's like, hey, this thing happened, but usually there's other
That
mad
affects
people on the
my-
other side, right?
Materially affects my life. Like
Yeah.
what?
Hello? Being happy or upset about things is normal, and having an opinion on things. What a weird take. Like, oh, people have opinions about stuff and they care about things. That's trash. Okay.
I was thinking about this, and this is probably the least manly trait I can think of, that your emotional state is so fragile that it's dependent upon what other people are doing.
Well, I mean, are you pro-trans then? Like, like, are you a fucking homophobe? Are you like?
Are you letting other people live their lives
Free
of judgment
Palestine?
and hatred?
Yeah. Like, hello? What do you mean? Like, these people
Because, like,
living their lives.
That is
you're
the
not
sign of a weak man.
You're not
Someone who's
just
mad at everyone else.
Yeah, you're not just living your life. You're being an idiot to people trying to live theirs. What a bunch of projection.
Also,
man.
what is it? Okay, what does this have to do with not being friends with your wife?
I don't know.
I feel like we're drifting.
Well, maybe he'll get back to it. Maybe he'll circle back around. And by the way, my wife, that's an emotional lady or something.
That other people's bad decisions, political or otherwise, have such a captivating hold on you that you literally are emotionally defined by what they're doing.
I don't know if that's what's going on.
This sounds like...
Does he have beef with somebody? Yeah.
This is just an incredibly privileged take. I don't know. Like, oh, you shouldn't give a fuck about politics? Like, what?
I guess? Is that what he's saying? I don't know. It almost sounds like he's upset at somebody in his comment section. Like,
I have no idea.
Like kind of vague posting in his video, right? About
He wasn't like, oh, it wasn't dependent on what other people call you. Like, it wasn't a trans jab. So, is he like going at right-wing men or no?
Could be the wokes.
And so we see in the midst of this that we have emotionally unstable men. They get into relationships with women, and then they begin to treat their wife as though she is the mother figure. And it's crazy because we see this even in studies where women are polled and they're asked, what is the most difficult aspect of your life? And routinely they say it's the husband.
100%.
Okay.
Is he going to synthesize this information?
He's so close. He's so close, and it's frustrating. Because the answer to this isn't to be a stoic asshole. The answer is to treat your wife like a whole realized person. And to not
like a whole?
Literally
Realized person. I did the Joe Biden joke.
I hate.
Treating someone like a person? I don't know. You and I having friendships and enjoying each other's company and doing stuff together?
Actually, and also, like, dividing the household labor, having equal share in the raising of children if you're doing that.
But I have made fantasies and want you just to clean the house. I'm kidding.
You're gonna have to pay lots of money for it. I mean, if you give me a really fancy maid outfit, we can talk. But
I was kidding. I don't actually have made. I don't actually have service fantasies from like an employment standpoint. Like, it actually is like, you do look cute in a maid outfit though.
It's not the children, it's the husband. Why? Because
they're big fucking doofuses. They're dumb-dumbs.
Because they're literally grown children.
Yeah.
Like, that's the biggest complaint in a lot of divorces, is that the husband isn't participating in the family or the household or the children, and is only creating more burden for the whole household, because they like, will fuck up the house, but they won't clean up after themselves. So now you have additional burden on someone who's already doing mostly free labor.
I did the dishes today.
We're pretty even split in this house.
You did a lot of stuff in the thing yesterday, in the kitchen yesterday.
Got those
I appreciate you.
scrubbed.
Dude, you're very...
Husband is going for emotional affirmation, emotional unburdening to his wife. He's treating his wife like she's the mommy. Like,
true.
That is not... But that's not what people mean when they say that their husbands are acting like a mom. It's not, he's coming to me with his deep emotional problems that he feels he could talk to me in confidence. In fact, it's usually the opposite of that. It's clamming up. It's acting like a fucking teenager who doesn't understand emotional regulation, being petty or fucking, like, it's usually closed communication.
I agree. He used the right terminology though. They are looking for mommies.
Yeah.
Definitely true. But in like the do my laundry and cook my food and regulate my emotions type of way. But you could definitely
it's like,
be friends.
the labor for me.
But that's not being friends.
Oh no.
So you can be friends with your wife and not do whatever the fuck he's talking about.
Like, she's the one who's supposed to patch him up and pat him on the butt and say, you're a good boy and all these other things. That's not what women want.
I mean, look,
Why?
if he wants
To be pat on
someone
the
to
butt.
call him a good boy
Yeah, what?
and have a little pat on the butt, it's okay. Some people, like that, and some women like doing it.
A little
so
on the butt, yeah. On the butt.
Well, because if a woman has a healthy relationship with her father when she's a child, can you imagine a dad coming home from work and the daughter saying, how was your day? And he said, oh, well, this person did this at work and this person did this and this is what's going on in
my
politics.
dad told
Wait,
me
is
that
that-
shit all the time.
Is
What
that
do you mean?
what? Wait, you don't do
Dude,
that?
I loved when
Banter?
Dad came home with a tea. My dad loves talking shit about his coworker.
You don't talk to your family?
Oh, what? That was
You know
always
what,
the
though?
best part.
My dad really didn't do that shit either. He found it impolite. But he would talk shit if it was like past a certain point.
Blah, 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 blah. And he was complaining and unburdening and just putting all of his frustration, difficulties, and trials onto his child.
Well, I think, okay, are they like 6 or like, but even so, like, you can talk
Yeah,
to your
like-
kid, like, you can be like, oh, well, I'm having a bad day at work because one of my friends is butthole. And they're like, oh,
If
why are
anything,
they
I
being a
think
butthole?
that's like good teaching to
Yeah.
have open communication and talk about that kind of stuff because, like,
Yeah.
it also, as a kid, helps you. It would help
Navigate
kids
social
develop,
stuff.
like, and like emotional regulation and learning about how adults navigate that kind
Yep.
of stuff, and then
I
they
think it'd be
have
good
like
for 'em.
something to emulate. Yeah.
I don't think you have to like only gripe when you interact with your kid. That would be pretty negative stuff. Like if you only
Yeah, then
ever
it's
gripe
like-
on them, but like you can
But
definitely.
that's toxic to everyone.
Yeah, you can share your life with your kid. You can talk about that. Definitely do. In fact, I think it's healthy for you to have like not that weird boundary. Like if it's inappropriate for a kid or whatever, then don't. But I don't think most conversations are inappropriate for kids if you just use tact.
Yeah.
Like, kids have questions you can answer. Anyway, I don't. They need just get mental health. Get rid of God and get a therapist.
Literally.
Use your
a
tithe for
therapist.
therapy. 10%. I think it's going to be less, maybe more.
It wouldn't make any sense. And so likewise, women have this idealized notion in their mind that men are there to better their life.
My dad literally sits in the basement by himself smoking weed and drinking all day. Fuck yeah, dude. Wow.
Notion in their mind that men are there to better their life.
Like,
And you know what?
the
That's
family's
true.
Life, I think.
That's our role as men. Our role as men are to make women's lives better.
Well, you guys are fucking failing at that one.
I disagree, by the way.
Yeah, no, your fucking role in life for most of human history has been trying to treat us as property, but I mean...
But I think
you know,
further beyond that, you don't. My responsibility is not to pursue someone else's happiness; is to pursue my own happiness. If your
Yeah.
happiness, if you find happiness and joy in taking care of someone in certain ways that bring you joy, then that's fine. Like I like to make sure Sarah has treats and warmth and shelter and
What he
cats.
means, though,
But
is he's doing that, like, man thing where
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I got, like, a bird and put her in a cage, and
Yep.
then it's a pretty cage, and I buy her stuff, so that means she'll like me.
Mm-hmm.
But no one else can touch her, and,
yeah, do you like your cage?
weird. It's not a cage.
We're there to give them security, to give them protection, to give them a safe environment where they
Protection
can have
from
their
what?
emotions, their feelings.
Their emotions!
Do we want to talk about?
Those fucking emotional women. They're just so goddamn emotional.
The emotional women who are so emotional they need protection from the non-emotional and totally stoic
Yeah,
men who
well,
never
we
fly
need
off the
protection.
handle.
Yeah. We need protection from what we're not going to say, but
Yeah.
Their thoughts, and we are the emotionally grounded one in the relationship. So what does this mean for men? Well, if you're anything like me and you didn't have a father figure, the number one thing that I can say is you don't have to find a father figure. What you have to find is other men who are able to bear your emotional burdens with you and help navigate life so that
just
you're
need the
in a
bros.
calm and peaceful place.
Okay.
I don't think you need specifically men to
I
do
think-
anything or women.
I think you might need to come out of the closet, man. Because
Yo,
like,
you think so? What do you think he's got going on?
because it's like, okay, women. This is like the Andrew Tate thing, where it's like women are for one thing, and it's for like sex and procreation, and then men are for the bros, like the
And
bros,
bonding, like actual
like
bonding.
yeah, where they're like that's the
True.
emotional bond right there, you know.
That's
And
some
it's like,
fucking
I think
Achillean type
Exactly,
approach
yeah.
to.
some Spartan bonding time with your
Let's go.
bros.
You guys know what battle buddies are? Oh, there you go. There's a butt pat. That's a solid booty pat. It's a New York Mets right there. That's maybe a third base coach.
A more stable place. Who is number one? Your spiritual father, your priest, your local Orthodox priest.
What? Oh, I thought you were gonna give the big ups to like,
No, like-
Jesus. I thought you were gonna be like, look, who's number one? It's G, big G.
No, it's a
God.
hierarchy.
No, it's actually your fucking local priest.
Because it's a scam, it's a racket.
That sounds predatory, dog.
He's like, give me your fucking money.
I mean, he's a priest. Maybe something else.
He's the one that you go to and unburden yourself with.
Whoa. How unburdened are we getting with the priest? Burdened by what has been? Unburdened by what has been? Dude, I feel pretty unburdened right now.
You don't take these things to your wife. You don't unburden yourself on her.
I mean, it depends on what we're doing, but sometimes I unburden myself on her. Just depends on what's happening, what the vibe is.
He's acting like every man lives a life like Walter White. It's like, you can't tell your wife about these things or she'll fucking break down.
You show yourself to be the stability of the family where everyone can put their burdens on you.
Oh.
And that's why you snap later.
By the way, burdens have become a euphemism in my head, so this whole conversation has different meanings to me.
Oh no.
It's the difference between the pyramid, right, where somebody is at the top, and the inverted pyramid, where you as the husband are at the bottom and you bear the burden of the people around you.
What if, hear me out, flat, horizontal, pretty
Yeah, why do we
lateral
need it
situation?
to be a pyramid?
Why do we
It
need
could be
hierarchy
a
at all, dog?
rectangular.
We could do circles.
Yeah, we could
You ever tried
do
to?
whatever shape.
We could all try to stand on the sphere at the same time.
Pyramids also stand on their like sides.
Not how pyramids work. You know how pyramids work. You're just one of them leftist woke mind virus infecting geometry now.
You are there to serve, not to be served. Does this mean
We're there to mutually live. Oh, it's not about
That's
surfing
really
or surface.
funny.
Like, what the fuck?
Well, it's not really funny considering how it's usually the woman that has to do all the serving, but
Not in this house. I served you bacon in bed this morning.
true. It was very good.
Yeah, it was.
that you don't have thoughts, feelings, emotions, fears, insecurities? No, you have all those things, because if you're anything like me, you're a human being and you struggle with them. No, this is not what it means that you don't have them, or that you're so masculine that you've overcome them, or something.
So masculine that you've overcome
So then,
them.
what are
Man,
you
what a fucking
doing
concept.
with them?
What is so?
It literally just I need to go talk to my bros sometimes.
Can you?
So you can't be friends with your wife because you're saying, well,
Yeah.
I need an excuse to go be really deep and emotional with my bros?
just do both?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Be deep
what?
and emotional with the bros if that's what you feel like you need. That's fine.
Like this, which is total fantasy. No, it's rather that you find other men to rely on to bear that burden and to walk with you. And you don't do those things with your wife. Now, do you fill your wife in on how you're doing? Of course. I'm doing okay. I'm doing this. I've had some struggles. I've had some disappointments, right?
Man, I can't even think about how lame a relationship would be if I'd be like, hey, how are you? And you're actually like dealing with some shit and you're like, yeah, I've had some struggles.
Had
And
some
like
struggles.
that's all
And then
you
you're like,
say.
"What's going on?" And I'm like, "I don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna wait for the boys." to
Yeah,
come
like
over.
what the fuck? I'd be like, do you even like me?
I'm gonna wait for Uncle Al and Dr. Randy to come over on Bro Day to unburden myself all over them.
Oh.
Whoa, hey, whoa! I'm just talking about burdens. Okay, relax.
Whoa.
I'm wait for the boys to come over. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But we keep a certain brevity to it
Yeah, and it's not gay. It's masculine.
so that we're not
Brevity.
dumping on her.
dumping on her. Come on, relax. Jesus.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
We can't just be already like you foreplay at least. I don't know what base shit play even is. I think that's way off base, personally. I think that's out of bounds. Have your bros kiss the mental boo-boos away? Aw. Like little forehead smooches? Dang, dude. I'm too ticklish. I would not be able to handle that.
Yeah, you would wiggle.
I would fucking be...
And in this way, we create an environment where our wives are able to be women and thrive and not have to be mothers to the husbands.
Okay, so you can talk to your wife and be honest with her about your emotional state and not... not only
burden.
have her do all the social labor or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you can just talk to each other.
You might find that you forge a deeper bond when both of you actually share deep emotional connection with one another and can, like, work through problems together.
We should do shrooms together.
Dude, did you see the shit a bunch of people in Michigan were getting sick?
I did. Not those
from
shrooms.
chocolate? I know, but I'm like, well.
Women do not want to be their
You haven't yet? No, we have. I just want to do it again.
husband's mother. They don't want to pick them up, pat them on the butt, give them encouragement, and tell them it's going to be okay, and kiss their boo-boos and all of these other things. Women want to
I
know
would
that
kiss your boo-boos.
Aww.
I literally pop your... Okay.
You'll help my boo-boos.
Every woman loves to pop zits.
I don't think that's
okay?
true, but I do think...
Most of us... If we have a boyfriend, men generate more pickable things, you know? Like, I love that shit. I know so many women who are like
I
that.
like doing it too. I've picked every girl I've ever had.
See? Yeah.
And women barf do not. Yeah. Those
Or
are...
like pulling hairs or waxing or whatever. I don't know. Taking care of someone comes in different forms.
there's someone in the marriage, in the relationship, in their life that is the stabilizing force.
I like being picked, but only if it's like, if I need it. I'd rather be able to pick myself, but I am a man that cannot be taken apart piece by piece and put on a workbench to pick. Like
I would
a robot.
pick myself. Yeah, but like the only ones I make you get are my back because I can't reach them.
Yeah. But you don't have a high pay tolerance for me to get a lot of your picks.
Yeah, I'm a baby, so
Yeah.
I know.
And I'm big and strong and tough. I never whine ever.
And so it is, I say, if you're a man, do not make your spouse your best friend. Be more than that for her.
Oh my God, more than that.
What does that mean, more by not sharing your life with her?
Stop. That's so stupid. Just be, you have to be yourself. The thing that you can do best for your partner is to be yourself and for them to be themselves. And for together, you both to improve in the areas where yourselves are not good enough. You're probably not perfect. Me either. Surprise.
Yeah.
Whoa. A shocking revelation. I have imperfections. And sometimes you have to address them and just like try to be better. And that's like all it takes, man. This is not the way. Christianity ain't it.
Yeah, this isn't past the vibe check.
Nope.
Be there for her in a way where you are able to bring stability.
Rat Girl Ella. Is it Rat Girl Ella or Rat Girlella? Like one word. Girlella. Like a
I say
gorilla.
rat girl.
Me too. But I like saying Girlella.
And harmony to your life and the family, and she can be the wife and the mother to your children.
It sounds like he yells a lot, by the way.
This is just like, we have to put ourselves into these stupid little boxes for some reason, and I don't understand why.
Maybe.
Like, just be whoever you're gonna be, you know?
Yeah, I don't know how to instill that in people, because even people that know that you should just be whoever you want to be, they have a hard time. And I think, it's because they grow up in households that don't let you just be who you are.
Well, these cultures heavily promote shame to try to get
Course.
people to conform to whatever they think the social norm is. So, like,
Yeah,
you
but
have people that grow up in that environment and then they repress, and so you end up with just a handful of people that come out and they're just like, some people reject it harder than others.
yeah,
You know?
I think you should live your life every day in the way that makes you most comfortable. I'm always seeking comfort. I think it's very good don't be.
We have a very comfortable life.
Yeah, we do. Just a nice little baby life. You know, you have to. It's not very complicated. Like quiet. I like it. And then I turn the internet on.
It really is the messiest part of everything.
The
Is
messiest
just
part of my
the
life is
internet.
absolutely the internet. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything else is like, we feel like a married couple that's been together for like 20 years that just wants to watch the birds outside and grill.
Dude, speaking of, the birds have abandoned the feeders, and I need to figure out how. We might just have to get a greenhouse.
We could get a pop-up greenhouse, like a fabric one or something.
I need to keep the squirrels out. It's gotta happen.
We could get like one of those like pop-up ones, yeah, or like a portable one.
That's how I know God's not real. The squirrels are eating my tomatoes. And he knows.
And
if
also
God
the
is
June
real,
bugs are eating the broccoli.
he knows how excited I would be.